These zodiac signs shouldn't wear gold. It will ruin them. Have you ever thought that gold can not only decorate, but also destroy? It doesn't bring luck to everyone. For some zodiac signs, it's not a metal, but an anchor that pulls them down. The energy of gold conflicts with them, and the consequences can be unpredictable: fatigue, illness, loss of money, and even failures in life. Today I will tell you who gold is absolutely contraindicated for, and not because of superstition, but because their energy is in stark conflict with it. Watch this video to the end. Perhaps you will understand why something is going wrong in your life, and it's just one piece of jewelry on your hand. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in the hidden influence of things, if you want to understand your nature more deeply and choose not only beautifully, but also correctly. And write in the comments, do you like gold? Or have you already felt that it doesn't suit you? I read everything, and you can't imagine how many coincidences happen here under each video. Let's begin, because sometimes what we wear every day prevents us from becoming ourselves. The first sign is Gemini. Gold, shining for others, becomes a chain for Gemini that fetters breathing, confuses thoughts and extinguishes the spark. This metal carries a dense energy of power, weight, affirmation, and Gemini lives in another dimension. Their element is speed, changeability, play, lightness. When they put on gold, the balance in their space is disturbed. The air becomes thick, the breath is shorter, thinking is slower. They begin to hang in pauses where they used to fly. Where there was multitasking, now there is a failure. Where there was flexibility, there is rigidity. And all this happens imperceptibly, but irreversibly. Gold obliges, and Gemini cannot stand obligations. This metal seems to embed invisible algorithms in their field that force them to do what they do not want. They lose the freedom to choose. Their voice, a powerful tool of influence, becomes less convincing. His sincerity is erased, an artificial sonority appears. Their words lose their liveliness, turn into repetition, into an echo of other people's opinions. Geminis lose themselves. They can continue to talk, a lot, quickly, even cheerfully. But this is no longer them. This is a shell, behind which there is emptiness. And all because gold drowns out the inner source of living words. On a physical level, gold causes overload. Geminis, prone to rapid changes of state, become apathetic. The internal motor freezes. They become sluggish, lose interest in new ideas. Their hobbies fade away as suddenly as they flare up. Only now, without energy, without the desire to return, they begin to hesitate, to refuse changes. And for Geminis this is fatal. They cannot stand still, and gold does just that. It fixes. The danger is especially great if Geminis wear gold jewelry constantly. Earrings, rings, chains, all this, if it becomes part of their body, embeds a code of dependence on other people's opinions. They begin to seek approval, to adapt, to filter themselves. Their natural ability to make spontaneous decisions disappears. Instead of ease comes anxiety. Instead of clarity, doubt. Instead of inspiration, duty. And in this duty, Gemini loses the main thing, contact with the present moment. They cannot have gold, in any form, not on the body, not in the pocket, not in the house. It slows them down, it makes them not themselves. It replaces living magic with a dead form. If they want to preserve their essence, lightness, intelligence, adaptability, they need the metal of air. They will suit jewelry made of glass, light alloys, even wood. Anything that does not weigh down, anything that breathes, and let those who can stand still wear gold. Gemini are born to fly. The second sign is Capricorn. Gold is contraindicated for Capricorn in the same way as an avalanche is contraindicated for a climber. This metal seems to be created for him, durable, valuable, a symbol of power. But this is precisely where its destructive power lies. Capricorn does not need confirmation. It is the structure itself. It is the order itself. It already bears the weight of reality on its shoulders. Gold makes this weight unbearable. It does not enhance its strength, it deforms it. Instead of a clear direction, there is rigidity that breaks, rather than leads. Instead of boundaries, there are walls that begin to squeeze Capricorn himself. Gold does not elevate him, it imprisons him. With this metal on his body, he becomes suspicious, gloomy, overly withdrawn. His rationality turns into obsession. He begins to control everything, down to the smallest detail, losing flexibility. His loved ones feel, next to him is not a person, but a concrete slab, from which every feeling bounces off. He loses empathy, and that means he loses his team, support, allies. He is left alone, surrounded by gold, but without movement. And for Capricorn, this is a collapse. His growth is impossible without support points, without a system of interactions. And gold burns these bridges. Capricorn's heart is already closed, not from coldness, but from wisdom. He does not open up to everyone, but gold turns this protection into an impenetrable shell. He loses even those he trusted. He becomes impenetrable, insensitive, and ultimately, weak, because Capricorn's strength is in strategic contact, in management, not in isolation. And gold turns him into an idol, standing high, but motionless, strong, but dead. Gold is especially dangerous during periods of change. It blocks transformations. Capricorn, planning a breakthrough, putting on a gold ring at this moment, starts the reverse process. Everything begins to slow down, collapse, fall off. Gold pulls back. It says, sit, guard, do not move. And Capricorn needs to go now. He cannot afford heavy symbols. He needs a pure metal of action, something neutral, transparent, unnoticeable. Even the absence of jewelry is better for him than gold. Let those who need to shine have gold. Capricorn is not interested in shine, but in the foundation. And he is not in metal. He is in purpose, in work, in endurance. And gold is not his ally. It is his shackles. The third sign is Aries. Aries and gold are incompatible. This is the metal of triumph, consolidation, victory. And Aries is not about consolidation. It is about the start, about the jump, about the breakthrough. As soon as he puts gold on himself, his movement slows down. It pulls him back, asks him to stop, think, evaluate. And this is not his style. He does not think, he does. And this is his genius. And gold breaks this mechanism. It makes him slow down where he should break. With gold on his body, Aries begins to doubt, not in himself, but in the right to be harsh. He loses aggressive honesty. He becomes softer, more compliant. It seems to him that this will be right, that this will be more convenient for others. But this is a mistake. His strength is not in convenience. His strength is in the energy of the blow, in the fact that he can break a wall. And gold makes him convenient. And this is his downfall. The energy of gold is too heavy for Aries. It settles in the chest area, interferes with breathing. For some, it manifests itself as pressure, for others, as insomnia. But the main effect is the inhibition of impulse. Previously, he would wake up and know what to do. Now he wakes up and thinks, and loses the moment. And it is important for Aries to be first. Otherwise, he does not play. He is not secondary. And gold does exactly this. It drives him into the role of a spectator. Gold is especially destructive at the moment of making a decision. With this metal on his body, he can choose the wrong goal, the wrong partner, the wrong path. Gold instills false stability in Aries. It whispers, stop, take care of yourself, don't take risks. But this is death to his fire. It is created not to preserve, but to ignite. He is a spark, and gold is ashes. If Aries wants to preserve his essence, he needs to choose other forms. Metals without history, without weight. Even plastic is better. A band on the wrist. Thread, leather, anything that doesn't shine, but lives. Anything that doesn't press, but burns. He must be light, almost wild. And gold makes him tame. And then the world loses its greatest warrior. Gold is not for him. It is for those who come after. and he is the one who is first, and he must be the first without shackles. The fourth sign of Pisces. For representatives of this sign, gold is not just a metal, but an energetic antagonist. It attracts to them not radiance, but distortion. Pisces live on the edge of the real and subtle worlds. Their aura is watery, fluid, intuitive. And gold is dense, hard, sunny. When it touches the skin, it brings tension into the field of Pisces, like a sound that is not heard, but from which the temples are twisted. The energy begins to get confused, emotions boil, premonitions become cloudy. Gold does not cause increased charisma in Pisces, but chaos inside. Anxiety, insomnia, a tendency to cry for no reason appear. It amplifies other people's energy around, and if someone from the environment is envious or evil, this metal becomes a bridge for negativity. Rings on the ring finger or chains with large pendants are especially dangerous. They are like pain catchers. Through them, fears, imposed feelings, and other people's sufferings begin to flow into life. And Pisces, like a sponge, absorb it. At times, this manifests itself on the physical level: blood pressure jumps, dizziness, chronic fatigue. On the financial level, lost money, strange debts, blocked sources of income. It seems that everything is going according to plan, but as if something invisibly interferes and ruins everything. This is a metal that has no place next to those who are born to feel, not to fight. Gold destroys their dreams, inexplicably, but it is a fact. The more of it on the body, the further their natural gift of foresight goes from them. They lose their sense of smell for falsehood, stop feeling signs, do not recognize lies. And for Pisces, this is like swimming with your eyes closed among sharks. Lunar metals will suit them: silver, mother of pearl, even crystal. These are not jewelry, these are shields. And gold is an anchor that pulls into the abyss. It does not kill immediately. It slowly dulls. Therefore, the Pisces representative must be careful. No gold, especially in the form of amulets and talismans. Let the soul shine, and not the metal on the body. The fifth sign is Sagittarius. The nature of this sign is characterized by a thirst for heights, the spirit of wandering, and the desire for truth. The representative of Sagittarius is like a ray that breaks through the darkness. His inner essence is the fire of freedom, but not chaotic, but directed, purposeful, always directed towards the horizon. And that is why gold becomes not an ally for him, but a hidden enemy. This metal, saturated with fiery energy, enters into confrontation with him. Instead of strengthening, it begins to replace. Instead of clarity in intentions, harshness in actions. Instead of inspiration, flashes of pride. Gold, being a symbol of power and accumulation, sharpens Sagittarius' ambitions to such an extent that he loses his true vector. Instead of freedom, obsession with victory. Instead of searching for meaning, a run for money. And in this distorted mirror he can lose himself. Massive gold items, especially rings and chains, are especially dangerous. Through them, other people's influences can penetrate his energy field, people who envy his glow. And Sagittarius, open and generous, may not notice how he becomes a target. Gold in this case is like a conductor, invisible, but strong. Intrigues, setups, emotional burnout come through it. There are blockages in business, trips are disrupted, problems with documents. His path, always clear, becomes a labyrinth. He begins to make hasty decisions, loses the ability to see strategically. Financial flows, which usually flow like a river, suddenly dry up. Intuition, one of the main supports of Sagittarius, seems to switch off. Instead of lightness, heaviness. Instead of luck, struggle. All these are the consequences of gold, which he put on and did not take off in time. Sagittarius is suitable for something else. Jewelry made of leather, wood, turquoise, silver. Something that carries the power of a wanderer, a sage, an explorer. And gold is a symbol of stagnant energy, a closed circle. And if he decides to give it up, everything will come back. Luck will again become his companion. His speech will again become prophetic, and his actions, precise. He will find his main wealth, inner freedom and an unerring sense of direction. Gold is not his metal. It will not decorate, but distort. And his real strength is in pure fire, which does not need a frame.